But, we talked last time about the impact of the sexual revolution and of reliable birth control and abortion on the way males and females interact with each other.
A lot's changed since 1967.
No doubt, love, but as long as people are still having promiscuous sex with many anonymous partners without protection, while at the same time experimenting with mind-expanding drugs in a consequence-free environment, I'll be sound as a pound.
That basically sex being the ultimate reward, the most powerful motivator that exists. When birth control made sex common, or made it possible for sex to be common by virtue of radically reducing the risk that females face in engaging in sex with men who won't invest, it robbed us of the central organizing principle of civilization, and the consequences of that central organizing principle evaporating are incredibly far-reaching.
So because she now becomes a woman whose job is to serve the husband's family, not only her family, but also the husband's family. In New Zealand now, I think the women are enjoying their freedom more because of the nature of the New Zealand society, that a woman is, you're the boss of your own home. And therefore, although those expectations are there, and the responsibilities, they're not really enforced in New Zealand, but it's there in the back of our minds all the time.
The husband was the head of the household. The wife might not be allowed to work outside the home. The 50s wedding was the happiest day of a woman's life. More people were getting hitched and brides were getting younger. However, in the 1990s, less than half of all families fit the wife, husband and kids stereotype.
If a partner gets in the way of your studies or your career, then they're gone.
Right. In effect, we do not know that there is a way for us to live without that central organizing principle. We don't know that it lasts.
Breakfast is a communal affair. It's when all 540 residents at Gloriavale get together to share porridge, prayer and general notices. Dove and the girls catch up with their families, and Angel and her husband Josiah plan the day.
Hands up, all the little children. Who's got a big smile?
Because young Māori women can see other young Māori women who've got careers, high-flying careers, if you like, they're visible, who are in charge of their own lives, who, if you like, don't actually require husbands or men around them to live a satisfying life.
Right. In effect, we do not know that there is a way for us to live without that central organizing principle. We don't know that it lasts.
Oh, yeah, I've been calling for the closure of this school for 15 years because these children have been educated for years in fundamentalist Christian beliefs. It was a private school, and they were taught their own curriculum. They were taught that girls must submit themselves to their husbands, that their only role was to leave school at 15 and to serve the community and to serve their husbands and have as many babies as possible. The men were taught that their job was on the farms and to serve the community.
Amish?
Mennonite. And we are bewitched.
And we are running that radical experiment, and then we're going to augment that radical experiment now with AI and presumably AI-powered sex robots and companions and other things that the mind is not built to properly understand, right?
Maybe they were right.
Maybe they were right.
Maybe they were right.
Maybe they were right.
Maybe they were right.